Hello, everybody. My name is the Immortal Afro Josh. You are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche once again. I'd like to welcome you to my new layout for streaming. Got a few stories I'd like to talk about and go over here. Yo, Karoki, what's going on, man? Welcome to the new stream layout. You like it? Yeah, I know it's been a minute, but I learned about another platform. I already kind of knew about it, but L for me for taking forever and a day to look into it. But this is going to be how I do podcasts and stuff from now on, instead of just gaming. But yeah, so I messed with a few more things. Might give me just a second, because still learning how it operates, what to do. Hold on, I almost forgot. Need to turn on a few things. Bam. This is going to be where we start. And let that rock. There we go. So this is just the beginning. Trying something different, something new that I can be a little bit more consistent on, instead of how I normally stream. Because there are two different ways to stream. I know that now. But first, let me go over here. I have a few more things I got to set up. I forgot to put thumbnails up. I have the thumbnail image, but it's too big to fit on YouTube, which is good to know. I didn't know there was I knew there was a limit, but I didn't think I'd hit it. That's what happens when you go for too much quality. Let's apply. Okay. Let's scroll that down. Save. All right. Hell yeah, it looks nice. When did you change it? Also, glad you're looking at Rippaverse, because dude is the future of comics. Oh yeah, yeah. I have both the first and second book of ISOM, and I'm looking forward to Alpha Core when it comes out, as well as a few other things. Like there's also Razor Fist comic, Ghost of the Badlands, I believe, and that's kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about: the Iron Age of gaming and media entertainment, which I think is going to be something that really needs to take off. A lot of people don't know about it, which is kind of good for now, in all honesty, because it fits into what I've been talking about, wanting to make gaming niche again, because that's honestly the best way to go about it, in my opinion. Instead of this push for everything to be accessible and for everybody. That's just how you make shit, in my humble opinion. Save. Okay. I think we got it. Make sure that's the yep. I should have known. Learn something new every day. But I'm almost ready. I just want to put up get this thumbnail up. It's a PNG. Okay. Yes, please. Send. And Yara, yeah, Yara as well. But this is how I'm gonna start doing the good, the bad, and the ugly. Also getting people on here to talk as well. Because the good thing about this layout is that I can invite people to come in, and it's a lot easier to work with instead of doing stuff like I did in OBS and Discord. That shit is not optimal. If anything, it's the dead opposite. Just playing yourself. I was playing myself for the longest, but then again, I wasn't really that focused on it as much as I should have been. But we know better. We've learned. What's that? Downloads. Yes. And then we're gonna go over here. Update. Image 2, image 1. Boom. Much better. Now I have to see about other places that I'm streaming to. I don't know how to put a thumbnail up on Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch, which is where I'm also streaming to, by the way. The roster of legendary writers and artists now working with Ripper makes him a juggernaut against the mainstream. Well, while that may be true, that's one thing I don't want us to focus on. It's not about going against the mainstream. It's about us separating and becoming our own entity away from the mainstream. Because the mainstream is that's not something that's going to be defeated or taken out anytime soon. So we don't want to compete with them. It's not about competing. It's about making our own making our own entertainment for people who care about entertainment instead of a bunch of propagandists opportunistically taking advantage of all the things that we enjoy, which is what they do. As unfortunate as it is, but you know, it is what it is. So best thing we can do is adapt, move forward, make something better. But yes, let's talk about some of the cool elements of the Iron Age, which Razor Fist and Young Ripper talk about. They have talked about extensively in a few of their videos, and how important it is for regular folks like us to put a little bit more emphasis and effort into not only just supporting these things, but also creating them. There's a lot of opportunity out here thanks to the internet and how accessible resources are for us making that type of stuff. Yeah, switch that. Yeah. So the thing is, it's not too different from what I've been talking about in regards to video games, because the same thing needs to happen in gaming. And the dream, from what I can think of, is that the same way Young Ripper has created a sanctuary for his own content to thrive in, the same should be done for gaming. And the way comics are looked at, from whether it be the Rippaverse or uh, Comicsgate, we need to have a similar outcome for gaming, because that falls under entertainment and media and all that good stuff. So I think separating from the industry in the same way, like that can include Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, the industry as it currently is should be moved away from entirely, because we spend way too much time wishing that things were better, that they could get better, things could heal, but all we're dealing with is propaganda, which makes the gaming experience very rotten and unfun. So without wasting any time, we should put a little bit more emphasis on getting the French toast out of it, and not only just making our own, but supporting our own. And the best way to do that is to actually get out and look. A lot of people are so used to having their content brought to them, curated, and that's not something that's going to be fixed overnight. People need to learn how to get up, get out, and search for their entertainment instead of wait for it to be drip fed to them from the very machine that creates the problems that we so often complain about. Because even though it is good to voice your opinion and all that good stuff, it's just as counterproductive to endlessly bitch without a real uh, alternative or solution. So that comes in the form of making your own game, making your own comic, making your own books, and all that good stuff. Bot Ricks. Okay, finally. I was wondering if it was going to work here, but looks like it does. So the thing is, and the same, like when it comes to gaming, it's finally affected independent gaming in a way that's so significant that I find the dismantling of the Unity engine to be a good thing, because now it will force developers to either sell their soul further to make their games happen, because they're so used to using something like Unity, or dig a little bit deeper and either collaborate, work together, or make some more sacrifices to create their own game that's truly independent from the machine, from the industry. Because unfortunately, Unreal Engine, Unity Engine, these are all byproduct. They're products of the mainstream industry, and they will, of course, take advantage of it because so many of them, so many developers use it, and all it takes is just a switch of the rules, just like Unity did, to force their hand. So you're not really free. So, with that being said, let's look at a few things that count as the Iron Age of comics, and it's not just random comics made by random people. It's the principle behind them, and make sure that they're aligned with the idea of freedom from the corporate shit stain that is the modern tech, or not tech, the modern entertainment industry. So our good boy here, good boy Ripper here, of course, has his merchandise and everything, but he has 2 books out right now with a third one on the way. ISOM 1, ISOM 2, and Alpha Core. Now, since he's doing a lot of world building, that's a pretty interesting way to go about it. And his means, I think, should be taken into consideration. And we can learn from it. Just in the same way Razor Fist. No, he has this right here I learned about watching a few of his videos a while back. I haven't read it yet. I like to, but it's called Ghost of the Badlands. And I recall him talking a lot about pulp, and I think that's a genre reminiscent of, I guess, Western-ish. I could have it wrong, but he had went in depth about what pulp was and how it wasn't, how we see it on a mainstream appeal. Because, like, Pulp Fiction is like where I heard pulp from, but from what he's saying, it's its own genre. It has its own, you know, appeal. So this is something I want to check out, and it leans into, like I said, the notion of a new age in media, not just comics, not just movies, not just games, not just TV shows, but all of it together. And there's too many of us who have access to all of these resources to not really make something happen so that we can free ourselves from the influence of mainstream media, because we know how these guys act. The latest Marvel movies, which South Park, we'll talk about that in another show, but South Park's Pandaverse really kind of highlight just how bad it's gotten. So bad that having any level of taste or expectations or standards, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to have a good time, and if you do, it's going to be a very mid experience at best. You're not going to enjoy yourself, and it's a shame because a lot of these properties we saw die essentially because that's how these people operate. They infiltrate and turn it upside down and destroy it, mangle it, and call you a bastard or whatever for not liking it. Mr. Halo Reach, what's going on, man? Long time no see. I changed the place up. I hope you like it. uh I also yeah, if you guys want to get in, there's I could send you a link, but that's if you guys want to. I definitely have a this with this new stream setup, I'm able to get a little bit more uh what's the word? Involved with the chat. And I also want to get to the point where I start having uh guests on, maybe some debaters who would like to debate certain topics or whatever. Well, the reboot channel with It's a Halo Reach. Yeah, it's been a while. I know. Yep, I got a whole lot I've been working on, but mostly I just been working. So I've been trying to like step away from that. I get so caught up in work. I was like, oh, I need to get this money, man. Like, I need to get this. I need to get this. But I like it so far. It's definitely a lot better than using OBS because that shit is better for just playing games. This is more specifically for dialogue, conversation, showing you guys the topics for today's video. The good, bad, and the ugly, I'm going to make them a live show now. Turn it into a podcast instead of a written video essay. because even though that's cool, I want to reserve that for very specific topics and conversations. Those could be like conversation starters. Good, the bad, and the ugly is really just like a news recap, and there's really no reason to put that much effort into what's essentially something that's rolling information. So this will be a lot better, a lot more, a lot easier to cover quickly. So, but like I said, that's the good evolution of media entertainment, the Iron Age. So we need to get out there and either create or support those who create something truly unique that is, theirs, that's truly theirs, and not bought and paid for by today's gay media, overly feminized media, because that's what it all comes down to. But let's see what we got over here. Next in line. This one's kind of funny. I'm sure you will agree. Uh Anybody familiar with this guy right here? You know this guy? We're gonna move on to the bad. Mr. ProZD Cho Sungwon Cho. Now, I've known about this guy for a while. I subscribed to him for years, but I was shocked to see like how good of a voice actor he is. He's really good, and one of the most familiar voices he's did that I'm aware of was Huang from Soul Calibur 6. He's good. He's really good, but there's a problem. Oh boy, is unfortunately one of many who suffer from leftism. And I didn't realize this was something he did until this story came up, where he would complain about race and voice acting, which is something that we've been suffering from for a long time now. And all the way back from like the whole issue with the Simpsons, where these guys think you should be the race of the character you're voicing in order for it to be legitimate. Now, the funny thing is, this guy is clearly of Asian descent. I don't know if he's Korean, Chinese, Japanese, whatever, but he is of Asian descent and speaks good English. I'm going to assume he was born and raised in America. And for him to push for the thing, and a lot of these voice actors, well, not a lot of them, I don't know how many, but a lot of people who typically are in this particular field, only for it to come back and bite him in the ass. I don't understand why he's so upset, because if anything, he's getting exactly what he asked for, no? And of course, people like us, we don't care just so long as the person does a good job. If they're good at voicing, then let them voice. Like Keith David voices damn near everybody. And I don't care that he's black. I care that he has a good voice. Same thing with James Earl Jones. Black guy voices a assumably white character, Darth Vader. I don't know, but it's fiction. He's a Jedi or Darth or Sith Lord, whatever. That's not something people typically care about, not to such a degree to where it has to come up in a conversation. And people like this guy over here, for some reason, can't help but to highlight it as if it's a burden or it's problematic in the entertainment space, where now Apu can't be voiced by just some guy. He has to be voiced by an actual guy who's descended from whatever country of origin that the character has been created for, which of course makes no sense. But it's nice to see him, get his just desserts. So it says here, Western voice actor ProZD, unhappy reaping what he sows, complains that the industry is now segregating roles by race. Very ironic, because traditionally liberals were supposed to be that of tolerance and acceptance and blend, happy, happy, happy. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter your background, blah blah blah. Even though some of that does matter, but when it comes to this, because of what he has been promoting for what I'm assuming is years, because I think him and Young are all about that shit. But assuming that this is what they've been promoting for like the longest time, I can't help but be a little happy with this coming back and biting them in the ass, because I think they deserve it. You don't sit here and build your career off of preaching to others about why they are bad for not doing a certain thing, only for them to think it's not going to happen to them. I don't think this happened in Family Guy, but Cleveland's character, the black character in Family Guy, is voiced by a white guy. Nobody cares. If anything, I like him. He's Cleveland, and he even got his own show out of it. I don't think he did that well. There's a few episodes I like, but otherwise, solid. If you have the vocal range or the talent, it doesn't matter what color the character is. It doesn't matter what origin the character is. If I wanted to be a voice actor, I should be able to, assuming I'm good enough, I should be able to get whatever role. But because people like them have created this intolerable format in which they have to now operate under, everything about race is so important that even the vocals behind the character have to match the exact have to match the same origin of the real character or the fictional character. So it's a shame. Funny, but it's a shame. And the only people who are going to keep pushing this are people like that. So you reap what you fucking sow. Like you wanted it, you got it. I don't see the issue. But it's not something that we necessarily need to worry about, but it is something we can point and laugh at, because you know what they say, you reap what you sow. I think here he kind of goes over some of the problems, like I guess the situation. Got an audition for this cartoon where I was sent the Asian character looking through the rest. I told my agent, hey, I'm happy to read for this. Can I read for some others? In which he told all those characters are drawn white, so no. And to add insult to injury, the character I got was labeled Middle Eastern Southeast or Southeast Asian because, they're all the same. You just lump them all into one. My agent, blah, 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 blah. That's what you wanted, dude. I don't understand why you don't get to complain about something that you helped create, something that you advocated for greatly. So if your entire main cast is all white and you have one token side character who apparently is any Asian type, this is not a level playing field. It doesn't matter, dude. You don't get to change the rules. If I'm making a show and everybody's black and I got one Asian guy, I'm gonna get the best Asian guy for the job, since that's all you care about. You should be happy you even got the part. Because if that part was casted to a white guy, would you still be bitching? Would you still be complaining? Whatever. These guys are silly people. I don't understand the point, but that's where that cookie crumbles. So moving on to our last what is it? Yeah, last little bit. Spider-Man 2. Not that one. We'll come back to this one because that's pretty funny in itself, but this one right here. So I don't understand why look, I like the first Spider-Man. Spider-Man 1, Marvel Spider-Man 1 for the Sony PlayStation 4. Fantastic game. Really liked it. I like Peter Parker, that design, better in that game until they turn him into a weird off-brand Tom Holland, which really, first let's start there. I don't know about y'all, but the push for realism to be consistent with the movies, I don't understand the purpose behind it, because I always treated the games as their own separate thing. All forms of media is beauty. Everything is subject to change. Nothing is sacred. Yeah. Hey, Gaseous Clay, what's going on, man? Welcome to my new humble abode. Do you like it? I love how stupid these people are. They have no idea what they're advocating for until it bites them in the ass. Yeah, just like the whole immigration thing. Like, there's a funny picture. I have to show it to y'all. It's so funny. I think it's this girl walking like this. What's the name of that? It's an old book, but it has this girl like flowing into the flowing into the fields with a dress spinning around. Little House on the Prairie, bitch. Yeah. And so she's like, yeah, no borders. Everyone's happy. This is the greatest life ever. And fucking Vegeta, a predator, and an alien walk past her. And you know they're going to go fuck some shit up. And so when they walk past her, she starts to look all panicked and scared. So they just walk right past her. They squatted up just like, yeah, we about to fuck shit up. And she started saying it to herself, I'm a good person. I'm a good person. That's what these people remind me of. Every time I see them get caught in the crossfire of some shit that they've been endlessly bitching about and advocating for. Because that's how it is. You know, they for some reason they can't see 2 feet ahead of them when they make a decision or when they think about something. It's always this is for the greater good. It doesn't matter. Don't be a bigot. Blah 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 blah. Until hold on, yeah, until that shit. I don't know. It's funny to us. We find it funny, but to them, you know, they don't have a sense of humor. So I guess we can't be surprised about that either. Oh, let me move. I'm moving my window over just a smidge. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit different here. I don't have access to all of my chats. But yeah. But yeah, let's get into the Spider-Man shit. Because matter of fact, let me move this one over. There we go. That's better. I like that better. Now I can see both chats. There we go. Thank you, Clay. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna be doing 2 different forms of stream, 2 different stream types because OBS is good for playing games, and this is better for talking about stuff. So gonna be turning the good and the bad and the ugly, so it can be more consistent. Because writing an episode out for that every time something happens is kind of counterproductive. But so yeah, we over here. I noticed that Saudi Arabia got the best version of Spider-Man 2. They get because you know they don't play that gay shit over there like at all, and you know respect the culture. But their version of Spider-Man 2 has all the LGBT content cut. Fair enough. Where can I get that version? Because that's the if I had any interest in playing that game, that would be the way I would want to play it. Instead of having this mountain of gay propaganda constantly pushed on me. Because remember, the first Spider-Man game was relatively good. I can't really remember too many controversial takes from that game outside of playing with Mary Jane was fucking unfun because you know I play a Spider-Man game, but I'm playing with Mary Jane, whatever. But it wasn't that many levels. It was bearable. Don't want to do it ever again, but it was that game was good. Now when we got to Miles Morales, that's when shit started getting funky because in that game, you know, since Miles is black and that is like the best he has in terms of personality and importance. We have to lean into the Black Lives Matter shit, and a lot of those, a lot of the game had pride flags and BLM, hate group, terrorist organization propaganda all over the place. I love how mod sites were freaking out over mods to remove the pride. Yeah, exactly. Which it kind of begs the question. I mean, of course, we knew this was going to happen for those of us who paid attention, because it's unfortunate because the best you're going to get. Hey, thanks. I'm gonna pull it up over here. Whoops. T7G, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm hitting all the good places. Check your Discord, posted something. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Yep, I saw that. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm trying to get back on my good and the bad and the ugly um, series up on and popping on this new streaming platform. Since I'm using I want to use this to communicate, talk to people. Also, outfit colors, probably the coincidence, but concerning the fact. I like how they just create new rules for these characters, man. Because like, if the amount of reach, it's like, bro, why y'all trying so hard? Because like, you know, it's gonna backfire. It always does. I love how they cut off the bottom just enough for you for you to put two and two together. Like, hey, if you can do it, so can I. Stupid, man. But look, I ain't got a problem with people living the way they want. But when it turns into a tool like a bat of propaganda to beat across for anybody who don't care to see that shit, and then you play this game because this interferes with the development of the game. Imagine being like, it's your job to put in all that shit, right? Only to ship a version that has it all taken out. This is why it makes sense to play down the middle. You know, if you want to make that type of game, by all means, but don't ship it with another game like Spider-Man, because that's not what Spider-Man's about. It's never been what he's about, and it'll never be what he's about. They'll try. They'll try their hard. They'll go out of their way to push this shit. And I imagine that most people who are gay don't care. Not enough to like the gayest person who likes Spider-Man don't like him for being gay. That's all I'm gonna say. He probably likes Spider-Man because he's Spider-Man. You don't have to go any further than that. But it's not a surprise with how much they try to push this stuff artificially. Because if you have to force it, it's not a good idea. So I wonder if this is going to create some type of a desire to get the Saudi Arabian version of Spider-Man 2, if that's possible. I'm kind of curious actually, because the amount of stuff they go through trying to change it for sensibilities for different characters. Because like, I don't know the they might make a gay Spider-Man from another. you know, they haven't yet. I know they want to so bad, dude. I know they want to, because it's one of the, like, it may not be one of the reasons, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the reasons they opened up the universe stick so hard. And they're just waiting for the right opportunity to circumvent everyone's expectations, subvert everyone's expectations. I'm sorry. And they're gonna create it, they're gonna make it, it's gonna be a whole movie and no one's gonna watch it. And then it's gonna flop. And then the first thing they're gonna do is point the finger and say, you guys are so homophobic. How dare you allow our brand new spider gay man to flop this hard? And it's like, and it's ridiculous. Identity is everything to these people. Is very telling. Yeah, and that's what makes it so. That's how you know these people are full of shit. Because if they really believe in this stuff as much as they say they did, they wouldn't have sold this game in Saudi Arabia. I just feel like, don't touch something we all grew up. Exactly, especially if that's not the main focus of that thing. If you want to make it, fine, go crazy. But don't just slowly add it into this thing and make it seem like it's been there the whole time and that we're weird for pointing it out or not wanting it in there. But that's why I say, like, these people are so fraudulent. They're not real. They don't really care about none of this shit. To them, it's just a marketing ploy for um pushing more propaganda. And that's it. Because like I said, if they were really about that shit, they just wouldn't have sold the game in Saudi Arabia. Like, you just don't get it. Because I don't agree with how you guys handle this particular topic, and I don't want your money. See, doing that requires principle. Stand up on your principles, regardless of the outcome. If they really felt like that, that's what they would do. But instead, they go back against everything they say, completely invalidating the entire point of all this shit they claim they support and back and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, you ain't fooling nobody. Well, you fooling stupid people, or people who just are afraid to say otherwise, but you ain't fooling nobody. nobody who's really paying attention, because the amount of work that goes into doing this, you care more. It's a money thing. It's always been a money thing. It'll never not be a money thing. And it's a shame because another part of it comes from them going in so hard. Sorry, I'm still looking at that picture, Clay. The other part of it from them is so contradictory, con, contradicting. I don't know, but it's it's a very contradictory stance, because in the last game where a modder replaced the pride flags with American flags, they banned them. They said you can't do that, even though this site is literally for modding games any which way you want, right? Okay, if that's the rule, because it's not even controversial. It's because the mod site is a Nexus mods, and they are pretty much the de facto place for mod where you get the most mods for most games across the PC platform. But they also subscribe to this fake woke shit, and so they apply rules differently to different people. So there are literally mods for Skyrim where you can make children naked. You can have fake virtual sex, all this weird crazy stuff you would think would be banned on that site. But the pride flag is where they draw the line. The changing of the pride flag. You can't change that. No. If you do, you're a piece of shit. We're gonna close your account and blacklist you for changing a fucking flag. It look, if I want a Nazi flag in that bitch, I'm gonna do it. Like, and I hate how they like switch it around, claiming it's against their terms of service. Like, no, it's not, because y'all don't look. If that was really your rules, you would apply the rules evenly throughout the entirety of this site. You don't, which makes this a lie. So it's stupid. So I just find it a little ironic how they take such a stance like that and then turn around and take all that shit out for a whole nother release on the other side of the world. Very funny. Nexus Mods is run by woke degens. Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, I would believe the word of the mod sites that are just straight porn, just straight up porn, hands down. I trust their opinion and their rules before Nexus Mods, because at least they know what they are. They don't sugarcoat it. They don't pretend. They don't hide behind anything. Like, hey man, I just want to have a giant dick on this character for some reason. I'm like, that's fucking weird, but at least at least you're consistent. So, because you have to imagine, like, with as much stuff has been added in Spider-Man 2 as opposed to compared to the first two games, Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1, how much shit do you think they had to cut from that game in order to ship it and sell it over there in Saudi Arabia? I know they probably had a team of people like who already had it written out, organized, how much of the propaganda was in there, and they either knew to either not include it or knew to cut it out before shipping it over there. No one likes selective enforcement of rules. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's inconsistent, and you're lying. And like I said, most people understand that, but that here we are. But let's go to the other half of this. There's been like a debate on whether or not this lady is a self-insert, which, as far as I can tell, seems pretty fucking obvious. Because there's another picture of the actual model for the game, for the character, and she looks nothing like her. They probably modeled the back of her head, maybe, I guess, but they said this lady is a developer for the game. And look, I'm gonna keep it $150 with y'all. Another series that's going to be that I'm going to be streaming here is the removal of women from the gaming development process. Because this is the shit we get right here, where fuck your fantasy, fuck your power fantasy, fuck fiction, fuck interesting, creative escapism. You gonna see me and all my insecurities lifted. That's your entertainment. Your entertainment is my insecurities. No, I'm sorry. And I don't, regardless of what people say or whatever they think about it, I think the not the main thing, but a big portion of it is the fact that there are so many women in the role of game development. There's so many. If you look at any dev team 2000 between early 2000 versus current modern year 2019 and on, there is a sharp increase in the demographic of women. So much. Like the Halo Infinite team is like majority women. Insomniac, same thing. And if it's either majority women or their human resources or inclusivity board, they have all these additional boards that have nothing to do with making the game better or fun or interesting. It's just a board full of women to tell them, hey, you got to do it like this now. And so it's no surprise when you see shit like this. Yet people defend this behavior. They're just as bad as the people they condemn. Yep. Remember Jade Raymond? I knew a guy who worked with her personally. She said she was beyond incompetent. The name doesn't sound familiar. I have to look it up after the stream. But yeah, like this is the this is the game that we play now. The games that we play, and it's the whole industry, and that which leads me back to the my original point about the iron age of entertainment and media, because there's nothing left here. It has been completely co-opted. There's nothing to save. There's nothing to recover. The best thing we can do is pick up what little shit we got, which is at this point the clothes on our backs, and go over, start over, build anew. I'm sorry, man. That picture so. Oh, whew, bruh. But yeah, it's like it's the only way. And then once we get over there, we kind of have to be uh uh extremely intolerant. Jade Raymond is a bit old school, touted as an example of women working in game development, worked on Ass Cred 1. Well, see, here's the thing. And I know that's going to be the first thing people bring up when I start talking about this shit. I'm already ready for it because they're going to misinterpret what I say. They're going to be like, so you want to get rid of women in gaming. You're a fucking misogynist, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, not listening to shit I said. What did I say? I said reduce or get rid of the number of women involved in the game development process. Women in gaming is something that no one has a control for. Ironically, back in the let's just say just to put like a time frame on it, 6th gen and back. That was when there was the smallest minority of female gamers were active in the industry at that point. There was like a few players and even fewer developers. Most dev teams had no more than 2, maybe 3 women on a team. And ironically, that's when some of the best fucking games were ever made. Games that lasted upwards of two decades. Not a coincidence. Being woke affects your hearing and comprehension abilities, it seems. I'd say it goes further than that. It does so much more damage. You know how like alcohol destroys your liver or smoking fucks up your lungs? Woke turns your brain into mashed potatoes. It's not even a solid object anymore. At least when you smoke, you still have lungs. They're fucked up, but they're still there. And some people can make it there. They can live their entire life smoking. People make it to 80, 90, smoking their whole life, still alive. Same thing with, well, I don't know about drinking, but you know, you get my point. Woke, there's almost no recovery that I can think of. It's very rare that people go full woke and manage to come back because a lot of the people who recover never really got that far along. Like they agreed with certain things here and there, but they never went full retard on it. I've yet to see a person, avid smoker. I can vouch for that statement. Yeah, so you already know. You already know. But I've yet to see somebody who's like on the so far left on the woke train, somehow make it back to either left of center, to center or left of center. I haven't seen it. These people will die for that shit, sadly, or in the case of that guy in New York, be killed for it and do nothing about it. It is a valiant sacrifice in their eyes, which is sad, but all the more reason to get the fuck up out of here and make our own shit because it does like young Grippa said it best. It doesn't get better. It can't. How is this industry going to course correct when it's not even about money? They could lose all the money and it doesn't matter. These folks will produce shit show after shit show after shit show that will fail, bomb, nuke, and do it again. All for the greater good, comrade. Yeah, like so, and they're not even good commies. The old commies were like fucking crazy, but these guys gay. Anyway, so yeah, I think that'll do it for today's live. My first live stream of the good and the bad and the ugly. I need to bring my camera down. It's like I got so much space up here. I'll do it after. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a good template that will go a little bit further. Oh yeah, there we go. And yeah, I definitely like how this is set up. And this is a lot easier and frees up a lot more resources on my computer from when I'm playing. But also, if you guys would like to test a few things with me since you're here, I have here X. All right. What I have here is a link to the live stream here. So if you guys want to test and mess around with it, feel free to. I'm only going to be on for like maybe 10 minutes or so. So if you want to try it out, if you got time, by all means. But what it does is bring you into the waiting room. And this way, what I can start doing, what I will start doing, is start inviting guests to come on, maybe for some debates or conversations, some discussions, all that good stuff. So all you would have to do is click that link and it'll bring you into the back room. And then I can let you in from there. Miss Taylor, we got to catch up. Yes, man, we do. Like, I'm sorry, I just been out of it. Like, when I started working, I just been working, just getting money up and buying shit. Oh, that reminds me. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to show you something I just bought. Well, all right, that's pretty cool. But yeah, all that hard work I've been doing, that was really for nothing. But I did get something out of it. Wow. Brand new Steam Deck. Fresh out the box. Barely played. I got that bad boy a couple weeks ago to justify all the hard work I've been doing. And one of the main reasons why I got it is because, Linux based gaming. And it's a cool little piece of equipment that so far from what I've been playing, fucking awesome. Phenomenal piece of hardware. So definitely going to be having a lot more fun with that on the go, just playing around with it. Gonna run Switch games on it, dab on the 10 drones. Oh, dude, I already know. there's some more things I need to to dump my Switch games. I haven't gotten that yet, and I also need to get a SD card so I can increase the storage space on it because what I got on there is already full. But oh yeah, most definitely, you can't have a Steam Deck and not run Switch games. You crazy? That is a lot of wasted potential. You imagine getting a portable computer but treating it like a console. It couldn't be me. But yep. So like I said, gonna start adding people to the calls, to having some good old fashioned conversations and maybe some debates. And I think it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to like doing this like on the daily if I can, because this is like I said, this is a lot easier than trying to write a video. Because like I have so many scripts that I kind of just trash, because by the time I finished them, the news cycle was pretty much over. And if I would have made the video, it would have been like a week, 2 weeks, a month old by the time I got the video out, especially with the way I write it. Because it's like, it'd be better if I could just live stream it, but I didn't want to live stream it on OBS because not the best quality or format. But this, I think this will be a lot better. I like the way this is looking. But check out Razor Fist, Ghost of the Badlands, and Young Rippa's ISOM. So if we can really get it going with the Iron Age of media and entertainment, because this is the time where it's the most important. I'm over here showing it. Don't even got it added on it. There you go. Whoops. I'm still figuring it out, guys. I can do this too. Yeah. Yeah, this StreamYard is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Didn't think of it because I don't know no better. But like I said, I have both books. Really digging it so far. Looking forward to Alpha Core. And once I figure out a few more things on my end, I'm gonna start live, or start streaming the concept behind one of the comics or stories that I'm writing that I'd like to get out there. A nice fable, if you will. Kuroki story and concept for a comic book in the works. Yeah, like we got to, man. That reminds me. Like there's also my friend's comic. I'll show it to you because I did a video on it a while back. Really cool comic, and I really want to see him finish it. Where is it at? I might if he so inclines, he might allow me to be a editor for him, and I would edit for him because like it's a cool idea, and it's just I really want him to get it off the ground on and popping, because I'd rather see something like that grow and succeed over the mountains of horseshit we have with uh modern day slop and garbage. Where's the video I did on it? It wasn't that far back. There it is. Let's see. That's an old video too. Okay. Bam. This is a really cool comic, man. Like I promise you, I swear to God. Like, and he's been doing this shit for years. I've been friends with this dude for at least 14 years, I believe. At least 14 years, maybe longer, but he's been drawing and writing comics his whole ever since I've known him. And this is his latest endeavor because like he's actually like I bought. Do I have it in here? Oh shit, my phone. I think I got it in here. If I got it in here, I sure do. This is one of his first comics. Where is it in over here? I think. Nope. Nope. Right. There we go. This is one of the Woo. Carl's in shadow effect. But this is one of the first comics, just so you can see it. Anarchy Agents. Wow. This is one of the first comics he ever released, like completely. Like he had a whole book and everything done for it. And it's full color, bro. Full color comic book. And this was like back in 2012, 13, maybe. This is a good book. Like he doesn't write this one anymore, but he pretty much remade it under a different idea over here in this video. I did it at the stage. There you go. Right here. And this shit is really cool. This is a cool comic. And I want to see it succeed. And this is like just another example of Iron Age media that I personally believe needs to just go. It needs to like all fire on all cylinders. Between those two things and my channel, I'm prepped for next year. That's good. They try to make a 2D pixel fighter start by hand drawing first few characters into the game. Yeah, man, do it. Make that shit happen. Because like I said, everything in this video that I cover it's really cool. He got some really cool characters. Then you got this nigga with all his hair. But I ain't trying to show like too much of the actual comic because it's a really cool comic. So I don't know if he still got it linked in the same place because he's been telling me he's wanted to yeah, because I remember I talked to him about it. He took it off of there because it's not very. That website isn't very good. Doesn't really help independent creators get out there. But it's called Connie Cocoon, and hopefully, he gets some more done on it. Keeps it going. I think it could be a really cool series made by just that guy, just him. It's one of my favorite characters, Reeves, inspired by a real life person, Bass Reeves. Really cool. But that's the type of shilling I want to do. I want to shill for stuff like this. Not no fucking, hey, check out the new version of Hulk. They made him a fucking gay bastard. Nah. I want to shill for the independent scene through and through. So that's just really cool. Really looking forward to him making more. I know he's been going through some stuff, but he a tough guy. Buff nigga. He'll be all right. I know he'll be all right. He'd be even better once he get this comic done though. Because I think this should do really well. I really do. But what time is it? It's almost 3:00. I got to go to work in about an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up over here. I appreciate you guys stopping by to check out the new stream layout. Definitely want to get this on and popping, probably daily. With this new format, it's a lot easier. It's much easier than pulling up OBS. I leave OBS for playing games. There's a few games I got that I want to make the effort of completing because staying all stuck in a corner with gaming makes you not want to play games. I'm like, no, I love gaming too much. If I gotta play the old shit, I'll play the old shit. There's a few good gems out here though. Like it's a shitty situation with the industry, but there's still plenty of good games that still come on up out here. But ooh, that's a bad but anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Your Immortal Afro Josh. You are watching Immortal Afro Gaming, where we will make gaming niche again. Till next time, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Peace. Now you can watch my outro that I worked so hard on. Yeah.